Hey, I'm Kate, and I'm on Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay. Mango
Bay.
Welcome to Mango Bay, one-stop
Welcome.
shop for South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys, Usama Siddiquee,
Pranav Behari.
and patreon.com/MangoBay. Get in there.
You
Stop.
already know.
Stop.
We're not even bothering to pitch it to you. You should
Okay,
pitch it to us.
please.
Actually.
See, well, you know what? We vetting process. See if you want to get in
Yeah.
and pay us.
I
We'll
know.
see if you can pay us. Today, very special guest.
Hello.
Rising star in the podcast scene. Destroys. We got Kate Lavrentios on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys.
She's already bored.
Thank you for
Jesus
coming.
Christ.
No, it was last minute, but I ran here.
Yes.
Where are you
And I
staying?
got sweaty. Battery Park.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit of a haul.
Kate,
was.
you have a bunch of stuff going on. You're like, okay, so this is what she does. She does parallel play, a account on IG with Harper Rose that's blown up, that
Okay.
has blown up. They sell out shows in like 30 seconds.
What is the sorry, I should know this, but
You
last
should,
minute
but,
booking,
you
last
know,
minute
it's fine.
booking.
Yeah.
Probably I'm not in your target demo. I don't know. I don't know.
You are.
Am I? Is it a Hindutva podcast?
Dude, she'll
Is
see
it
your
a right-wing
podcast.
radical podcast?
She'll see your podcast, hit me up, be like, so I'm like a Swami now? Because I saw Barn.
Stop.
Parallel play, you can describe the stuff that you do?
Well, we want to turn it into a show, and we're just two silly gals in LA finding our way. It's raunchy, it's unhinged, it's chaotic, it's yeah, we do like weekly vlogs. We're gonna do a podcast, but guess what? That's so much money each week, and we're not down for that. And it's we're figuring it out. We're adding new lore each week to our
Okay.
storyline. Like
It's crazy. I'm in there.
Yeah.
I can't. I wanna
I'm
check
an
it
early
out.
adopter.
yeah,
It's
What is
me-
it called? Parallel play?
yeah, like
The fans are, it's like me and 8,000 virgins, dudes who just are sweaty and ready to go.
they are sweaty. So am I. But yeah, the storyline is kind of like Harper Rose is unhinged. I like date gay dudes. I don't know. You know,
It's great.
It's very LA.
Very LA.
You also do a podcast called 6 Feet Above.
I do with my girl Trevi Moran. We met at a sober living.
Oh, okay.
And I was working at it. She was the client. But we weren't friends because you can't do that.
You were working at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't be friends with the clients.
Oh.
I'm good with boundaries.
But you can podcast. With
Yeah,
them.
you can
You can start a
podcast.
business with them, but let's not be
It
friends
was
or
after
anything.
I quit and she moved out. And then
She
we
moved up prematurely.
Yeah.
You quit prematurely. Okay.
yeah. And then we moved here and then we started that. So you should listen. I feel like you would like it.
I was checking up some clips. It was funny. I
Oh,
did
wow,
like it.
thank you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
Great stuff.
Pranav is not coming back from the abyss.
Yeah.
Because before the pod, he was like, who are you, bitch?
I didn't say it like
I was like, oh my
that.
God, we met. We had this long conversation. He was like, oh, I have no idea.
Did we
who
have a
you
long
are.
conversation? That's
You were
not
like, I don't
true.
even know why you're here right
Listen,
now.
you know what? Because I'm highly bigoted towards attractive people, and there's no way I would be dissing her. You know. Sometimes you'll bring a weird go on the pod, and I'll be like,
Damn!
okay, what do you have to offer? Okay.
First and last names,
What?
quick.
You think I remember those? Like, no. But her, of course, I'm gonna be like, oh yes, you're wonderful. I'm a huge fan, but I didn't remember. That is
At
my
all.
shame.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, okay, so rehab when was this? This is like how many years ago?
I never went to rehab. I worked at a sober living.
But you would black out every day.
Yeah, no, I would.
So you needed it, but you were like, I'm
Well,
going to
no.
skip the doing it and just become a teacher?
No. So the thing about having a drinking problem is it looks very different. And I didn't quit drinking for so long because I wasn't blacking out every day. But when I did drink, I would black out. So I was like, I think it's fine. 3-4 times a week a blackout.
Yeah.
Perhaps I get a little aggressive. And,
Relate to that.
and I was like, I don't need to stop. But then, things got bad. And I was like, okay, perhaps I should pursue stopping it. And then I was like, I'll just be a stoner. but then I'd get like blackout high,
What the fuck?
which
Blackout
I
high?
didn't know you could
Insane
do.
concept.
Okay.
That is like a genetic anomaly, I think.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
the fuck?
blackout stoner is a
Can we-
whole different
can we-
thing.
can
you
we call
know?
Fauci right now?
Usually it's like making people anxious and they're just like kind of a little bit wired or alert. But you were a blackout stoner. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you moved on to what? Ketamine?
Yes. Okay. And then I stopped everything.
Everything?
Yeah.
Done.
So I've
Donezo.
been done for 5 years.
Wow.
What's the wildest?
Congratulations.
Amazing. What's the wildest blackout story you have?
I mean, that's hard to remember because
Well,
if you black out, it's like you have to ask somebody else. You know, you got to go through the tabloids.
There's like, they're really bad. So I'm like, should I ever even say this out loud? But guess what I'm going to? And so the first night I met my friend in college, she was my best friend. I bit him in the neck
Nice.
and it like drew blood.
And that was before the blackout.
Yes,
And that was just sober.
sober.
That was sober, Kate. And then things got hairy.
Yeah. And then I like threw a few punches.
Did you
really?
And, yeah.
Dude.
But I don't
To your
remember.
friends?
Yeah.
Damn,
And then
dude.
I was, you know.
In a fun punch way or like a.
Well, I thought I was flirting, and I wasn't. But
There is a genre of women who do use like wrestling and fighting as their way of flirting.
I don't condone
Okay,
violence.
they're called Spanish, okay?
And are
Put
you
some
one of those
put some
girls? Are
respect
you
on
like
it.
are you like a wrestle
I'm,
flirter?
No, I'm very like I have no temper. I'm very sweet. I really think I am. And
What?
I think I
The
am.
fuck
Sources
are you talking about?
confirm,
You said-
AKA me.
No one's ever said sweet that intensely. I'm very sweet.
But that's why it was so weird when I blacked out. I'd get really mad and angry. I was like, I don't get it. Like it would make me someone that I'm not. So, yeah, there were just a lot of stories like that. Like they'd call me Killer Kate. They'd leave the bar if they saw me there.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really bad, and I don't. I'm not proud of it.
Do you know how scary you have to be a man in Boston who's scared of a woman? Like, this is the center of domestic assault.
Have you ever seen Friday? She's like Debo. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Like horny Debo. She's,
Yes.
like, she's gonna wrestle us into submission.
Dude,
and
she's the abuser that abusers are scared of.
Okay. No. I'm sweating again. I can't.
That's insane. You just punch
Yeah,
people.
Well, no. I just don't want to say it, but yeah.
And then you didn't do rehab. You just went straight to being a teacher.
No, I got 2 years of sobriety, and then I started working at the Sober Living.
Did you like do a program for the sobriety, or you were just like,
No, I just did like 12-step.
okay, nice.
You say sorry to people?
Wait,
Yeah.
did you do it like on your own, or did you go to like a thing, or did you like do it internet style? And there was like an Indian guy doing a tutorial on sobriety.
Oh my God, I wish. No. I just like showed up on my own. It was before the pandemic, 6 months before I got sober, and it was tough. And I did say sorry to all the people.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You went to O'Flanagan's. Hey guys, sorry about that. To everybody
They
here.
just ran. They're like, ah, it's Kate.
No, I'm trying to say sorry.
Killer Kate.
I'm trying to say sorry. You grab him by the fucking collar. I'm
I
sorry.
said I'm sorry, motherfucker.
Bum, 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 bum. It's like Steam, the WWE, like Steam comes out. I'm here to say sorry.
No, she walks in, Enter Sandman starts playing. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Bum, 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 bum. No.
Oh my God, I can't laugh.
No longer Stone Cold.
This is hard to believe based on what I'm getting from your vibe.
What's my vibe?
I don't know. To me, you're like hot LA girl or something, you know, who wouldn't do that. But then I heard you're from Boston, and I'm like, okay, this is, you know.
Yeah.
Kate,
I
you-
was different back then.
Yeah.
But I feel like East Coast people are always more fun, more quick, and more on it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
they're more aggressive.
So that's what I'm saying.
I'm an aggressive drunk as well. Or I
Are you
used to be.
really?
I used to
Give me
be,
a story.
I don't even know these actually. 'Cause I feel like you hide
This is
them.
like more in my past,
Ooh,
actually.
Well, me
I want to know some of
too.
these.
Oh no! For me, it's typical guy stuff, like punching a hand through a window.
Oh, okay, right.
You know,
And
stuff like that. Or
Do you ever
getting
beat
into
people
dumb
up?
fight. I've
What?
like some fights here
What?
and there. Yeah.
Where? You've hit these from me. These stories.
Wow.
I don't.
But you know, she really went for it, and she said she punched people.
Yeah, and
you're
you're
not.
just-
You're being a pussy right
You're
now.
not
Well,
giving me
I don't
anything.
know if I would try to get into fights with people.
Yeah.
Really? Like, what kind of fight? People who are like you know, like not smart or like you quiz them and you're like wrong.
No,
and then,
it would just be like a vibe, you know. There's some days
Really?
that I would wake up and I'd be like, I want to fucking fight somebody today.
Oh my
you
God,
know?
what?
I was a very angry person.
yes, I remember.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
When did you stop?
I think.
Or you're still angry?
No, I mean, you know, there's
Yeah.
always that little coil of rage deep
Right.
buried in there.
Yeah.
That can fire up at any point. But no, I think over the past 10 years of my life, I've like really learned to like get my emotions under control.
Nice.
You know, to control my mind, right?
After the incident.
After the incident.
After what happened, which is
I mean, look, it's a succession of things.
Yeah.
I was never like Kay. I was never a bully. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
I was flirting. Oh my God.
well. I think the main thing with all people who need rehab or go to rehab is the extremities. There's extremeness to the actions, right? And you're an extreme person. You know what I'm saying? Like
I can be a
Pranav, even now he'll be like, dude, I'm not gonna jack off for 2 months. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's crazy.
nice.
It's a real thing, like retention, right? And then on the 61st day, he's like, dude, I jacked off 85 times.
Oh
you
my
know?
God. Do you watch porn?
No.
When did you stop?
It's been a few years since I've watched porn.
Me too.
Yeah, it's just not good, right?
It's so
It
bad.
really warps your concept of sex. And
Yeah, and
like,
you can
your-
never bust again.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
your whole relationship to even yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I find porn to be not the vibe. For
It's
me.
really.
Guys, if you look at the nice porn, it works.
What do you
There's
watch?
no- what-
Like
if
missionary,
it's nice porn, it's not fun.
missionary in love.
It's like,
Aw. Okay,
Yeah,
I get
and that's
it.
not crazy porn. It's like nice.
that's the kinkiest shit you can find.
Missionary in
Usama
love.
goes onto YouTube, YouPorn, and he's like, monogamy.
Mom's name? No, dude. I've curbed a lot because porn. The more you watch, the more the crazy the stuff's got to get.
Yeah.
You know. So when you're typing in the weirdest shit, you're like, okay, am I this? You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got into rehab, or you didn't do rehab, but you are sober.
Hopefully,
You guys-
and
I'm
again.
changing your story completely.
She did a YouTube tutorial
beat someone
for
to death,
rehab.
went to rehab. Okay, so how these like sort of like podcasts and sort of like all this kind of start? Like you kind of came in.
Yeah, so I was in New York, I was modeling and it was not working out. And they were also like, my agents were like, don't put your personality on Instagram because no one wants to see that shit. And I was like, okay, I got it.
Dude, you were a model in like LA, which is probably
And
the
then
dirtiest place to be a model, like in terms of just
Yeah,
the
that-
brutality of it, right?
Right, that really didn't work out. And then my agency in New York dropped me. And then I was like, just terminate the whole thing, like the LA one too. I'm doing something different. So then I started the podcast with Trevi, and then I was like, okay, maybe I can really put myself out there. And then I started doing Parallel Play with Harper Rose. And
Can I ask a question? How do
yeah.
you deal with model? I mean, you're a very nice Boston kind of.
Do you ever fight other models?
I'm flirting with Naomi as I punch her. How is that like? Your energy is not model mentality. I feel like you're
What's
very
model
goofy.
mentality? Okay.
You're very wild and kind of unhinged.
Yeah.
How does that work within the LA model scene? Were you like coming up kind of like with random people and be like, hey, they're like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, I mean, I love all models.
Yes.
But I will say
What
the
is that? Like,
No, wait,
that's
get
like a
ready.
racist talking
No,
about black
no,
people. If
no,
some of my
no,
best
no.
friends are models, who is model a euphemism for here? Exactly.
Let me finish.
Okay.
It's the hearty yell on models too. Jesus Christ, model.
No, I just was gonna say that they're all great, and but I'll say like the most unhinged, most fun people to be around were other plus size models.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
So I really vibed with them, but the straight size models love them too. But yeah, I definitely, a lot of them didn't want to showcase their personalities, which I get. That's why they wanted to model. So I
Right.
didn't feel like I feel like it's obnoxious to be like, I didn't feel like I didn't fit in. Like, that's stupid, but I wanted more.
Yeah, it wasn't your lane to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Your lane didn't have any lines because you were a bit crazy.
Right.
Like it was the Autobahn for you, you know.
Exactly.
No speed limit, Kate over here. Killer Kate on the Autobahn.
Killer Kate on the runway. She's diving off the runway.
Why is this lady
ready to fuck someone
she's
up?
running on the runway? It's a walkway, not a runway.
Is that fucking Karl Lagerfeld?
Her runway,
Lagerfeld!
her runway starts. Bum, dun, 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 shh, 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 bum, dun, dun. She comes out Stone Cold Steve Austin style on the runway. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay. So LA, you're in this. I mean, it feels like you've been through every profession that LA has.
Yeah.
Like
No,
you came
definitely,
in,
definitely.
model,
Oh, yeah.
DoorDasher.
It was. I worked at a sober living in LA, and then I started working in wardrobe. Then I started doing like some PA work, and then now doing Pilates. And
Dude, she does this thing called hood Pilates. It's crazy. She like,
I like the other stories better, if I may. If I may.
and then I get omelets at 12. And then I have a quinoa bowl. She is LA though.
I go to Earth Cafe.
You can't escape the LA.
And I do my emailing at Earth Cafe. And
I know what Earth Cafe is.
I'm just trying to figure out what I like. Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm doing the different things.
But you're legit famous now.
I'm literally not.
You actually
so
are.
that's crazy.
So Kate actually has gotten huge, and maybe some of one of the quickest rises that I've seen online. Yeah, like literally, Parallel Play has exploded. You with Trevi, 6 feet above, is popping. So you have these two kind of avenues that are very, very big. You get a lot of like randos coming at you.
Yeah. It's harrowing. I don't. My DMs are a scary place.
Dude, she showed me this one thing. There was like this podcast, and all it does is shit on all the podcasts.
Oh yeah, that was.
That's all it does.
so the Australian guy or something? He's like
Maybe.
Australian? Or
It's two white dudes.
They looked like Boston.
Yes.
Like, oh, Flanagans.
White dickless boys and
Yeah.
like this pick me girl, right?
Right.
And literally it's this podcast shitting on other podcasts, and they found their shit and just started shitting on Kate and Harper Rose for an hour.
Who
It
are
was-
they? We should
it was
DM them,
ruthless.
dude. Get some
Literally.
publicity.
It was ruthless. Like I've never experienced obviously anything like that, and it wasn't like a big public shaming. Like nobody knows about it, so I can't imagine how like actual famous people feel when they get shit on. But it was rough. They were like calling me like insufferable and big, and
Get through this. You got this. Keep going. This is trauma, right?
and they were just saying that
They
we're
called
like,
me a whale, and I just
they were calling us like sluts, and like it was like 50-year-old men.
I know.
And they were just like, oh, these are the type of girls that like laugh really loud. And then you ask them what they're laughing about. And then they call you a pedophile or something like that. And I was like, it sounds like you're just a creep. Like,
That sounds like a true story. That's such a specific scenario.
exactly.
They look like kind of girls who laugh really loud and don't fuck you because you look like a pedophile from Boston. And
It was so like, now it's hilarious. But that day I was like really sad. I was like, damn, this really hurts. And then I hit up my friend and who kind of got soft canceled. And he was like, oh yeah, it makes you want to die and hide under a bed. And I was like, yeah. But then, you don't care anymore.
right.
Yeah, it's like one small thing, right? I mean, the number of death threats that we've gotten. I mean, I've gotten in my DMs that Mango
Most
Bay has
of our
gotten,
death threats are from one guy on our Patreon named Siddiquee.
who I grew up
He's
with.
our most menacing person.
Wait, what are
actually.
they like? What are your DMs like?
The DMs for me were much more heated through the pandemic, and then they kind of stopped after a while. I think he consistently gets more
I
attacks
always
in
get
the
attacks.
Okay.
And I do on some of the smallest things that you wouldn't even think would be like,
Right, you're very silly.
I'm silly, right? But here's the thing: is like, like, okay, if someone is like an incel dude, right, and he sees like a hot girl being funny, of course that's gonna be like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
He hates that, right?
Yeah.
I get where that's coming from. I comprehend it. But I get a death threat for saying I'm Bengali instead of Bangladeshi, and they're like, I'll kill you, and I'm like, where is this coming from? Why is this a death threat moment?
That's so weird.
Dude, because here's the thing: brown people are just emotional.
Okay.
I mean, South Asia in general should not have the internet yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Like it's like they went from paper letters to the internet in like a year. Like
Yeah.
you need to graduate to that shit. You know what I mean? You're sending aerogram letters for your whole life, and then all of a sudden you can just DM Kate out of nowhere and like, show me your titties, please, you whore. You know, like that's what you're gonna get.
I will say this, dude. We didn't have a commode at my Bangladesh house for like years.
Yeah.
When we finally got it, people were missing like it was no tomorrow.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
to
they were
upgrade.
writing that like it was Six Flags
that's
or
what I'm
something.
saying.
They're
You
like,
have to
look at this toilet, come over.
Right. You have to upgrade to commode.
Yeah.
That's what you're absolutely right. There has to be a sort of
There had to be. There's some steps in between
before
DMing a hot girl on
Come on,
Instagram
yes.
and sending paper letters to your grandmother. You know,
Also add the heat. Add 120-degree heat, right?
Right.
You're sweating from coming,
I get that.
leaking, right?
Yeah.
Right. So there's a little bit of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of uncles. I'm surprised you don't have any brown uncles coming in you. Into your DMs. Whoa. Freudian slip. Freudian 6 inches
You
in.
don't have any brown uncles splooging on
I
your
do.
tits.
I
mean,
do.
You do.
I respond.
Yes. Hello.
Every time.
Out of respect to Usama.
Hey, Kumar. Hey,
Like,
Kumar.
I must be a friend of Usama's.
Hey, Usama's dad. Thanks for the message. Like Steph.
Exactly.
And do you like say it in their accent when you read it?
Yeah, like in a voice memo to
Do
them.
it. Do it. Do the accents. Do an Indian
It's
accent.
Mango Bay. We would make every
We make
guest
all
do
of
it.
our non-Indian guests do an accent.
I can't do that. It's a boundary.
try it.
I'm boundaried. I can't.
Try it.
You know she did call
You have to
us-
do a Boston accent.
I can't. Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Hey, you're ugly. I can't do a
That's
Boston
pretty good.
accent.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Gonna go pack the car
One
or
time,
whatever, right?
Kate was like,
Got
"So
it.
you're Muslim, right?"
Okay,
I'm like,
that
"That's
never
awesome."
happened.
That's all. You're a
That
Mohammedan,
You're a
right?
muzzy moozy, right? You're a Mohammedan Musa fucker, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
That was a
Kate,
different Kate.
Kate,
so.
that
was Killer Kate.
Yeah, that was Killer Kate. I was in a blackout. So
Hey, Al Qaeda,
Yo,
come over here.
Hey, ISIS,
Get over here, Al Qaeda. Let's take a look at that hog. Hey, I want to be an ISIS bride. Hey,
There he's coming in.
guy, I needed.
You always
someone
had it.
racially
It's a running
charged.
start. It's a
Yeah.
running
I
start.
I need a run.
Yeah.
I need
a running
a
start.
A walking start.
totally.
Okay, but like you're liking this thing now, right? You're doing the stuff. Everyone, you're kind of comfortable in the.
Oh my
in
God,
the-
I
Wait,
love
is it
it.
hard being like successful and not doing substances?
I mean, you guys are really up in my success, and I appreciate that.
He's the one who said it.
I know,
I
I'm-
have no
Already.
clue.
Like, that's
Yeah.
kinda
Parallel
crazy.
play. You sold out both shows. Are you kidding me? Like, it's hard to do.
Thank you. And no, it's honestly, I never even think about it now. I like drinking is not an option ever. When I do, I'm like walking in New York and someone's smoking weed. I'll like walk behind them for like an extra 5 seconds. But like that's the
And
only.
then you just black out.
Like in Mario Kart when you're getting the jet stream and you. Okay, that's amazing.
But no, it's really nice because I make really good connections and I don't ruin it by blacking out.
Yeah.
I can't
Wait,
afford
okay.
to do that.
Okay, so you're not into ketamine at all.
No.
Okay, because I want to bring this up because this is an LA story.
Yeah.
And I just read about it yesterday. Apparently, Matthew Perry died earlier this year,
Yes.
as we all know, RIP. And he died apparently of a heart attack, and there was ketamine in his system. And apparently, the person who sold it to him was an Indian woman
Whoa.
named Jasveen Sangha.
Okay.
And she's known as the ketamine queen of Hollywood. And so
Oh.
everybody from LA now, I'm like, do you know Jasveen Sangha? But you don't, apparently. You're
I
not in that
don't.
game.
No, Trevi might. She was a ketamine queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that fentanyl inside it?
I don't know if it had fentanyl
Probably.
or what, but
Yeah.
you know, I was just like, wow, Indians really
Wow.
are everywhere.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
we're doing
CEOs
the CEO
of drugs
thing.
now, too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
into
That's
the kingpin
great.
shit.
We really are. We really are everywhere.
Yeah.
We can't really brag about it though, because it's just like, yeah, there's a billion of us. We're bound to be everywhere. You know what I mean? It's not like we're
Right.
like Jews where we're like 0.01% of the population and we're just fucking killing it. You know what I mean? So
You're right that in terms of like just like the superstar race,
yeah.
I'll say Jews in terms of how much they did with how little.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm a fan.
No, they're doing life with ankle weights on.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean?
Well, everything they were given, it was because they hated them, and they just took that and then run with it and then killed it. So they're like, banking, we hate you, so bank. Became the best bankers ever.
I don't know about
Taylor's,
that,
fuck
but-
you. You're the ones
Okay,
making our
Taylor's
clothes.
maybe, yeah. You know.
Well, the banking thing was like the Christian thing, right? Like they didn't want to do usury or whatever, or like loan stuff because it was illegal. So like, hey, let's get these Jews to do it.
Right, they're going to hell anyway.
Boom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And boom, then they
yeah.
started like becoming bankers. Kate?
Kate is completely
Thoughts?
checked out of this conversation.
Thought you're like, I hate
She's just
Jews.
like- she's blacking
She's
out
from
right
Boston.
now.
She's like, what the fuck is a Jew? I don't even know what that is.
No, they're great. Love them.
Okay, so what's next? You got the parallel play, right? You're fucking.
Yes.
What's next for Carrie?
Next is we are trying to have more guests on 6 Feet Above.
I'll be there.
Yes.
I'll be
we
there.
need you both there.
Cool.
We're 6 feet above. You know, that, right? We're both.
I'm 6'1".
Are you 6 feet?
6'1".
Actually?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why,
This is
why
fun.
is that? Am I giving less
That
than
changes
6 foot
the
Go
eggs?
for it. Kate, Killer Kate. Killer Kate.
Hold on. Please explain.
Well, I just remember like looking down at you
Whoa.
when I met you.
Wow. Well, you're pretty tall. How tall are you? You're
I'm 6 feet.
Okay, so you probably had heels on too.
No.
Damn, Pranav, I'm sorry.
But no, you're stunning. And I'm glad you're 6'1". That's great.
Yeah. thank
Good for you.
Me too.
It was
Yeah.
a voice thing.
Yeah, just a vibe, energy thing. I thought you were like 5'4".
5'4" vibes.
No, yeah. You're great. And so that, and then 3 months ago, started going to open mics.
Oh, she's doing
Okay.
stand-up now.
Okay.
So she's an open micer now.
Okay,
So
nice.
look out.
So watch out. Well, you're always hilarious. You're
Aw,
funny
thank
as fuck.
you. Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying? And I feel like, we need more comics.
I'm gonna be in LA in December.
Okay. Open mic.
I'm not gonna do an open
Okay.
mic. Yeah. Maybe I will do an open mic, but I will
Do an
probably
open
be doing
mic.
some shows.
What shows are you doing?
I don't know. I haven't booked them yet, but I'm gonna
Okay.
probably do some stuff there. I'm going there for a festival, for like a film festival.
Okay, fun. Wait, so are you a director?
I'm the writer and creator of a web series, so we're going to a festival there for that.
What's it called?
The web series is called Problematic. Usama's in it,
in it.
actually.
Okay. Oh wait, the one
What?
I saw. I remember seeing a clip where you were like,
Eating a donut?
yeah, you
That's
were
it.
acting sassy.
That's
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In an office.
So he's doing that.
so exciting.
It's popping off
It's
too.
it's doing all right. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be on HBO.
I hope so. Yeah.
It's
That's
on
what we're aiming-
HBO.
It's on HBO.
You have to
Not
talk
Max.
about it. Like,
Not
it's already
Max,
talking.
HBO.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a wild journey for you. I feel like you were punching loved ones,
And
now
now
look.
you're an open micer.
so it's like the only way downwards you could have gone.
It's like it seems like you like the gutter a little bit, right? Because you have all this success, and you're like, I think I'm going to be an open micer.
Your friends who got
I-
punched were like, I prefer the punching. What happened? Like I miss.
I love open mics.
You're like I
I'm
was
not
punching
even
people.
I
kidding.
love open mics
Let me just
too.
punch myself now.
I
in
love
the
open
face.
mics too. I went to an open mic. I'll still go to an open mic like once a month or once every 2
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
And I still love open mics.
Yeah.
If I don't have a show, like I'm gonna
Right.
go do it, and I still enjoy it. I don't understand the hate for open mics. It's like,
Yeah, everyone. I mean, I get it. It's humbling. You know, when people it's just silence.
How many
Right.
times like you get off stage and they're like, it's a fucking girl on stage, like some fucking loser ass dude.
I mean, it is a boys' club. I thought there
Right.
were gonna be more women.
no.
So many dudes, so many old dudes, and they're like, I joke about drinking, and they're like, I used to drink too. I'm like, no.
Jesus Christ. You want to fucking lose your together? Dude, yeah, I remember just being on open mics, some of the sleaziest men. I mean, some of my best friends I met in open mics.
These are his
Right.
best
You know, and
can
case
you
in
say?
point, right? We would go to the gnarliest mics.
We would. Open mics in New
5
York, I think,
PM.
I don't know what they're like in LA, but in New York, it's
mean,
it's
just-
like central booking at
Yeah.
any given open mic.
I went
That's-
to one.
That's the closest
Yeah.
you can approximate. Is
It's
like
rough.
being in jail.
It's
you
rough.
know?
Yeah, and there was like the train going over it, and no one could hear anyone.
Oh.
And then the hosts were like, "Don't say your name at the end, and don't say I'll end with this." And I was like, "Wait,
I don't know
are
who
you
said
not supposed
this,
to
bro,
do that?"
but I asked her about it. I was like, the dumbest guy ever. I was like, don't ever say goodbye or something.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't be like, all right, my name's blah blah, like have a good night." I was like, "Oh my god, are you not supposed to do that?"
He's an open micer. You can say your name.
Literally.
and You can say anyone's name you want.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, these mics in New York were so fucking gnarly. I mean, but then I saw his stuff on the mic, and so when you see a funny guy, it's just like light comes out.
So who
from
made
his
the
eye.
first move, like in friendship?
I did.
Really?
I think we both kind of did. After that Otto's Shrunken Head open mic,
Oh yeah.
we both were like, hey.
Hey man, nice jokes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He called my shit off the chain, and I was like,
Okay.
I love that. I don't forget that how quaint the term was.
Fuck off.
Your jokes are off the chain. I was like,
That's
your-
a
not
wild
say-
thing
your
to
jokes are
say.
pretty tubular as well, man.
Did not say off the chain.
Your jokes are pretty groovy
I was
as
like,
well.
they were funny.
Was it immediate like besties, or did it take
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, we were like, I really liked him when I
Long-
first met him.
long
Okay.
time.
Now it's kind of a steady decline.
Right,
you know, but-
right, as it should be, as it should be.
You know what? Then we'll just die and I'll be immortalized again. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's the idea, right? But I mean, okay. I mean, now you're in this fucking game. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, going from like it's interesting. A lot of comics have like sobriety
Right.
kind of in it. It's a weird thing how people who are sober find comedy. I don't know what the fuck it is.
So many alcoholics at
What?
the mics.
Why is there a weird like
Maybe because it
tunnel?
feels like a meeting.
Yeah, honestly, it does.
right?
It does. It's healing.
It's got that vibe to it.
It's healing, and I mean, you know, I had my issues with men, and
Yeah?
I'll say that.
How so?
And I'll
Just
say-
people that you punched.
But like
defenseless man that I destroyed the lives of.
so many of these men at these open mics are just so self-aware, and it's been healing. They're like 50 and they're like, yeah, I can't date anyone of my own age, so that's why I date 20-year-olds. And I was like, oh, like, okay. And this one guy was like, I would never ever like this. He was 40. He was like, I would never do that to someone my own age. Like, I'm only gonna date younger women. Like, women my age don't deserve that. And I was
Instead
like,
of growing myself, I think I'm just gonna date younger. I like it.
But I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
How low is the bar in LA that like a man dating younger women is a boon as a human being? Wow, you're not fully a rapist. That's good. You're right there, but you're not quite.
He's so self-aware.
Oh my God, he dates of age,
This
just
guy's
barely,
enlightened. Oh my gosh.
barely legal. What a good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, LA dating. I mean, how many dudes fucking just the cavalcade of shit.
It's rough. It's rough. I thought New York was rough, but LA is just, I mean, it's lonely, you know? Like, I'm here and I'm seeing so many people. I'm like, oh my God, I miss this.
Yeah.
Your energy's always New York. I feel like you're in New York.
I know. Well, I got to come back, but when I'm rich. I don't want to do New York broke again.
Right, that's true. That's
So I'll be back soon
true. Okay.
because I'm a millionaire. Well, you know, get to talk about it like
Yeah,
you already
yeah,
have it. And what was I even talking about? Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I don't recommend it. Everyone in LA is trying to be famous, which is cool, but a lot of the times those people suck.
It's so insufferable, actually. When I was there in May,
Yeah.
I was there for all of May, and I'm going and I'm hanging out with some friends at the Rainbow a lot. You know,
Okay.
I love
What's
the
that?
Rainbow. It's a bar right near the store.
Yeah.
It's a pretty famous bar. And the first, my whole time in LA had been just with kind of chill people, mostly comics, stuff like that. And then I remember going to the Rainbow, and I went to the bathroom to like do some drugs or something. And then I came back, and where we were sitting was just mobbed by like douchey kind of clout demons.
Oh my God.
Know? So you see,
It's
there was like a
insane.
3-foot tall guy. He had like shades on. It's like 10 p.m. at night. You know, and he's like, "Oh, you guys do comedy?" He's like, "I'm best friends with Bert Kreischer." I'm
No.
like, makes sense, but. And then I'm like, who is this guy? He's like, yeah, I'm a drummer in a Blink-182 cover band or something.
Shut up.
It's like that was
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
his
yeah,
level
yeah.
of credit.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to sun everyone about comedy stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is the Hollywood douchebag.
It is.
That I had avoided for most of my trip to LA. And
Yeah.
now I am encountering.
No,
you know?
I totally get that. So the girl I do the podcast with, she's like actually a way more like poppin' than I. And when we go out together, it's like the clout demons. They just try to like move me aside to get to her. And they'll like see that I'm with her and then be nice to me. And then I see through it. It's crazy.
Right.
And literally one time we were at a party together and this girl comes up to me and I'm like standing next to Trevi so people can tell that I'm with her. And she's like, oh my God, Trevi's like such a queen. Like, do you know her? And I was like, yeah, like that's my good friend. And she's like, oh my God, have you heard her podcast? And I was like,
You're
no.
on.
Yeah, that I'm on. I was like, no.
That's
I haven't.
crazy.
Yeah.
Now,
You
I
like-
experience
have you looked
that all the time when they're like, oh, you do that thing with Usama, right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
God, yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Have you looked to the right side of the screen?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
during when.
No, so many people.
Yeah.
They're like,
Well, that's the beauty of it, right? You're a rising. There's a journey. There's
no,
an
I
upward,
mean, I'm not mad about it.
You know what
My
I'm
girl's a star. So.
you know. And here's the thing: it's like, okay, one thing I think about sometimes, right?
Okay.
The shifting of power sometimes, right? Like when you're getting big, right? It's like, are you able to take that and be okay with it and not lose yourself in it? So, like, if Pranav got mad famous tomorrow, like blew up tomorrow,
He is mad
someone
famous.
saw him. I
I'm
mean, he is
super
famous.
famous.
He's
But I'm
insane.
talking like, some yogi put him on, you know what I'm saying? Woke up and he was,
What?
the yogi talked to somebody and then there's something happened and then just, boom, right?
Totally.
I would love that.
yeah.
Not 1 ounce of me would be like, well, okay, I guess I'm second. I would love to be second fiddle. I
Yeah.
would love to fucking be
you are
supportive.
second fiddle. What do you mean
Yeah.
you'd love to be?
Anyway, sorry, it gets a
Yeah.
little crazy sometimes. Anyway.
You feed me a grape.
Yeah, easy, buddy, easy. Anyway. Anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no,
Yeah.
again, second fiddle is a stupid, it's just like, whatever it is. But I only want big, right? And I wonder,
Right.
hopefully, that when you pop or when you fucking blow,
Wow.
as well, because you have other endeavors, it's not just one thing, right? That everyone is in love with you still, that your friends are equally happy because the power can shift.
Yeah.
In this game, and I've seen other bigger comics sometimes like lose friends because some things happen. And I just really hate that concept in life.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That's why you got to keep the circle small.
Keep the circle small.
Just a
Don't
few
be forgetting.
friends.
See?
What?
Keep the circle small, like I do.
Dude,
Is
we're
that
a
what you
line
say?
segment, dude.
I know.
Literally.
How many friends do you have?
He's like
Well,
-3.
look, I have actually a lot of friends.
No, he has a lot of friends, dude.
But like within comedy, I keep my circle pretty tight.
Yeah, people do that.
Yeah.
I hear it's a good call.
I think it is a good call.
I think if he has to really want to be with you to be your friend, which
Right.
makes sense. But then that issues, I'll be like, hey, come to this party. He's like, or I'll kill myself.
Right.
You know, that's why I'm forcing him tomorrow to come out.
I get that.
Halloween,
I don't like going out.
You know,
I just, I want to stay with my girlfriend. Or
I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
you
I get it.
know.
Right.
He seems like the saddest guy in a costume tomorrow. Just
I'm
fucking
not wearing a costume.
What?
Oh my
Why
god, just
not?
wear a costume.
She'll
What
be there.
costume?
I have some cheetah stuff.
All right, let's go.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
That'll piss Felice off so much. You're just gonna give me those track pants. I'm gonna be like I'm an LA model.
I'm a cat. Meow. Meow.
Felice was like, "Hey, why don't we I have 2 boxes of Captain Crunch. Let's go serial killer." And I was like, "I'm not doing that, babe." I was like, "I'm not gonna do that, babe. I'm not gonna go all dorky to the comedy party looking like that." And she got annoyed with me.
You gotta do that.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it. Serial killer.
That's cute. How long have
Bro.
you been dating?
We've been together over 2.5 years now.
How'd you meet?
At a party.
Oh my!
What?
Yeah.
You gotta go to parties.
We
gotta
met
go
at a party.
Yeah.
Why? So I can find another
Yeah,
girlfriend.
I said that, and then I was like, "Wait, I shouldn't have said that."
I went to that party and I was like, okay, mission accomplished. I don't have to go to another party ever again.
Okay, you made the first move.
Actually, I was there with a very good friend of mine, his ex-girlfriend, actually.
What's up?
And she had just introduced me to her. She had been chatting her up. It was a pretty shitty party. And she recognized me from Mango Bay, actually.
Okay, so you are incredibly famous.
I'm extremely famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Your name's Usama, right?
There was a great point during the pandemic where everyone was forced to be on IG and people were calling me out on the street like once or twice a week.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wow.
And now it doesn't happen as much anymore.
Dude, you know, it's just ups and downs.
I know.
Heat.
I'm
It doesn't
fine
matter.
with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then he goes to Costa Rica. Some guy on the plane's like, Mango Bay?
That's true.
You know, so fucking.
You can't escape it.
Can't escape it. But that's how I met her. She wasn't like a fan. She was just like, oh yeah, I followed that account. She's like a pretty
Okay.
sober-minded person.
Cool.
So.
Dude, here's the thing. It's like when you start getting recognized too, you can't control what their energy is, right? So sometimes it really does get annoying. I tutor a little still, math, right? And I go in, this happened last week. I go into the room to tutor this kid, right? Her mom comes in, she's like, hello.
No.
I'm like, what?
Oh, she did your bit?
Brother. Without even saying hi. She's like, hello.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, your bit. And dude, the level of how fake my laugh was, I've never been that fake in years.
That's so awkward.
Yeah.
Does the person you're tutoring know that you do comedy?
So it's a kid, right? His kid I tutor, right?
Okay.
And then his mom comes out of nowhere, just goes, hello.
Oh my God.
Like Amy Poehler and Mean Girls, like coming in to see this. Hello. Dude, I appreciate it. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Dude, because it's love. You know, it is love.
Right.
But the way it came in, like, because she was being fun, right? But that, it was so jarring.
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It's like not the space to get
I'm
recognized.
trying to, like, not be
Right.
goofy guy. This is a job.
Right.
She comes in with
Owen's like a genius. She just booked you because she like wanted to meet you.
She's wearing like the Union Jack on her
Yeah,
fucking, like a top hat. Hello. Dude, it was just so goofy. But so you can't control it. You can't control how people interact with you because once they see you as a commodity, now they're like, well, I'm going to interact with this the way I want to. Right. And, and it's it can be a little jarring. I wasn't ready for that. Did I love it? I don't know.
I think you loved it.
And I was like,
A little bit.
how you doing in it? Fucking, I started doing the fucking,
Right.
WB frog dance. So you'll get more of that. I feel like you'll get more of that, like, craziness. And I don't know how you're going to, I always wonder how people would, like, take it, like, when it starts really going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems like it's coming.
I was putting on a pimple patch in a restaurant
And
in the bathroom, and someone was like, hey. And I was like, and then I offered her one, and she was like, I don't need one. And I was like,
it's Coke. Like it's Coke in the bathroom. You're like, you want some?
And she was like,
I
I
don't
don't
do.
need it. And I was like, oh, I'm not saying you have zits. And it got So awkward.
Dude, sometimes you get into the conversation where you've gotten humanized,
Yeah.
and now they're disappointed because now you're a human.
Yeah, I could tell she was disappointed.
Right? Like, oh, you're not like this hot.
Why aren't you carrying a microphone?
Yeah.
Are you even real? You fake
Why is
bitch.
Trevi not near you at all times?
Right, exactly.
Dude, the idea of humanization is insane. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, because they don't see you. It's like the eyes are like all big, like, wow.
Yeah.
And slowly the eyes dim, like the light kind of goes away, and you're
Right.
like, okay, fuck, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I have one pimple.
At the not the party, at the show, there were some men that were scary.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Yeah. You were at the first show. It was the second show. I've never like experienced men coming up to me. I'm used to women coming up to me because I think of the podcast. It's like very gays and theys.
Right.
And just like getting really close and like saying things about my body. And I was
Jesus.
like, wait, am I about to die? That's crazy. But I didn't. But it got really weird. And then he was like, I think he was really drunk because he pointed at my friend who's sober and was like, we were taking shots together before. And she was like, I don't know who you are. I don't know. It made no sense.
He was nervous and freaking out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He was nervous and freaking out. But it's like, okay, because the show that y'all did, Parallel Play, it's wild.
It was.
There's like, releasing
There's
of the
titties,
titas,
there's
Titties?
dildos, it's
dildos,
awesome.
like so Harper Rose like flashes.
Yeah.
And if you're an incel, and that's all
Right,
you want, like your
right.
whole life has been leading up
Yeah.
to Harper Rose doing this. And Harper Rose like, here comes the funniest bit.
Yeah.
But to him, he's like,
We thought it was art.
right. He's like, I'm gonna school shoot this place right now because I'm so horny. It's like Harper Rose. I think I gotta stop that bit. It's just such a wild.
Well,
there's too many creepos.
I know we expect people to see it the way we see it, but I'm just so used to seeing her. Yitties.
They see tits as like a fun thing, like a
Right.
fun bit.
Right, it's fun.
Oh no!
Exactly.
People are in basements sweating,
Yeah.
jacking off to these things.
No, yeah, it was weird. It was weird, but it was fun, and thankful to everyone that came out.
Okay, for real, you got to be safe with these shows, okay? Because the beer you
Yeah.
get, and like, if your show is hot girls being raunchy, right? Hilarious,
Right.
But you're gonna attract some fucking weirdos.
Definitely.
No,
Be
yeah.
safe, Kate. Like, no, for real, dude. For real, I really mean it. Like,
Okay.
Or just go Popeye, carry like one little travel size bottle of vodka if you feel like you're in danger.
right.
Down it, and then just like, then you're ready to rumble, you know?
have some spinach always
Yeah,
ready.
exactly.
Have some Popeye spinach ready.
Yeah.
No, I know I have her in me.
Yeah.
like she never died.
Killer Kate needs to kill again.
Yeah, she'll come back when you least
Kate the
expect
Ripper.
it.
I just feel like I don't want you to be in danger with these fucking legit crazies.
All right, well,
bro.
don't scare her.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm
okay.
trying to.
Should I
Enjoy
stop?
your shows. Your fans love you. It's going to be amazing.
No.
No, but I'm scared all the time.
Good.
Even walking down the street, I'm always like looking behind, and I wish I was less scared. You know?
Do you know you could destroy any single one who comes at you? Like
I know.
You're strong.
I know. Yeah, I am strong, but I don't know. The DMs are scary, and then they're like,
what are some weird ones?
I got one that was like, I saw you walking on this street today,
God
like
damn.
yesterday in New York, and I was like, that's so scary.
It's a guy.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
I've had that before.
Same here.
Well, and just like I want to like live inside your ass.
Okay. And I want to live
And
inside
that was
your
and
ass.
say sorry, Pranav. Jesus Christ for that one. I want to live inside your ass. Pay rent though. I'm gonna pay rent though. That's
It's like the grossest thing.
live inside your
It's
ass.
like a Grimm's fairy tale kind of thing. The man who lived inside Kate's ass.
No, it gets gross. It's a lot of sexual.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They're just asking for sex.
Well, and sometimes they do the bait and switch, right? They'll be like, "Hey, funny stuff." You're like, "Thanks, ass."
Yeah.
Like right after, they're like, "Can I live inside your ass now?"
Well, yeah, this guy went to my show and he was like, "You were like so funny, like thank you so." I was
Right.
like, "Thank you so much for coming."
Right.
And then he's like, "I'm seriously addicted to porn. Can you help me?" And I was like, "No."
Whoa.
Dude.
I was like, "No."
They need like Indian style like switching, like bad. Like they need some Pavlovian just conditioning. Like they're like, "Dick, what do we say? I respect you."
Yeah, so just don't respond ever, I guess. I respond to the girls.
Of course.
Then they're like, "Pussy." Like it's
Yeah.
like everyone's horny, dude.
Yeah.
I was in the back of the show checking it out, and bro, like the creepiest person there was like a lesbian who was in the back. Like any laugh, they were just shaking. They're like, like that kind of. breathy laugh. And I was like, this is the most dangerous woman
Wow.
person here. And she was wearing like a beanie. And she was all like, stalky.
For some reason, I'm imagining like a lesbian Blanca from Street Fighter.
Yes.
You know who Blanca is,
But like
green ogre-like creature.
less cute. You know what I'm saying? Like less cute. And she was just like every laugh. She was like, yeah. Like,
Maybe that's just how she laughs. Okay.
no. This is what happens.
God.
Usama's dunking on some poor neurodivergent
I know,
they them.
like,
you know?
Kate,
Oh my
this is what happens,
God.
right? Hey, how are you, buddy? And then she just gnaws your head off.
Well, then I get her. And then I relate to her.
Do you get a lot of girls in your DMs like trying to slide?
A few, yeah.
Yeah.
A few, yeah.
I feel like are they more respectful or is it the same energy as?
Yeah, they're just like respectfully trying to eat it.
Yeah.
Is that respectful? I mean, they really go like, hey.
No, they say that.
Respectfully, I'm trying to eat you.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I like.
I mean, listen, the DMs.
If a guy came at you and was like respectfully trying to eat
Calling
it,
the police immediately.
Well, okay. Hot girls get more attention in a 100-fold than men online. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It takes a lot for a man to get creeped on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now the stuff that's happening is a little. I'm getting some stuff that's like, okay, this is getting a little weird. Getting a little funky. Okay. You know, some DMs. I'm just like, okay. Like zero posts, 0 followers,
Yeah.
zero following.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
That's
Yeah.
a murder.
That's-
No, literally.
That is a murder.
My ex-boyfriend got a video
oh god, what?
of a woman like sitting on a cucumber.
That's creepy. Okay, yeah. Whoa, how dangerous? Wow, I hate that. Call the police. We're gonna keep talking about cucumber pussy on the Patreon for a couple minutes.
Your mango big.